Hello, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. It's episode number 30. I like to thank the creator we made it here. You know what I mean? Many great conversations, many great moments of me just saying what's on my mind and expounding on my days, my times, the things that's, troubling me, worrying me, but the things that just inspire me, pull me in different directions, in different creative directions. What I notice is, you know, I got a saying, you know, I just ask, what you want me to do? And it's like, whatever you want me to do, I go into that role. I get into that character. I perform whatever, you know, whatever task I'm asked to perform. We all wear many hats. And if you don't wear many hats, you got to learn to wear many hats. You know what I mean? You have to really be a jack of all trades out here, unless you're just going to count on somebody to do everything for you. You know what I mean? In spite of all that, you know, another thing I wanted to touch on is, you know, common ground is gained through space and time. So never let somebody leave your mind, but also give them time to heal. You know what I mean? Give a person time to heal, time to reflect. And if a person did you wrong, give them time to really, return back whatever property that they may have, you know, just the returning of that property. You know what I mean? That either physical property, spiritual property, intellectual property. Because that's what forgiveness. You could forgive a person and they could be far away. You don't even have to tell them, but they could feel the forgiveness. Sometimes a person is just ashamed, or they, you know what I mean, that they did you wrong, and they don't want to come around. The whole thing is, if you do a person wrong, don't be afraid to, reach out or whatever. The whole thing is, just don't do them wrong in the first place. How about that? How about not doing a person wrong in the first place? Because if you don't do a person wrong in the first place, you don't ever got to worry about that feeling of, damn, you know, this person is out of my life because I did such and such to them. Or, damn, if I would have, did right on that business deal or that, whatever. You know, it, when it comes to people, do people right. When it comes to anybody, animals, people, any living creature, do it right, because there's more than just the people around you watching you, the technology around you watching you. We forget a lot of times that there is a creator, and this creator is an observer, and we are miniature observers. So through each other's eyes, the creator observes what we do to one another. The creator observes what we do to ourselves, how we treat ourselves. You know, you have to allow yourself to grow. A lot of us get hurt or caught in situations in our life, and we allow it to just bring out the worst in us. You know what I mean? We allow it to change us, but for the worse instead of the better. We'll take this learning experience, and instead of it, bettering us and making us wiser, it actually make us more, you know, more untrusting, more, you know, have resent towards people, more combative or more, disconnected. You know, I've been going through a lot of things in my life recently, but I've made peace with the things that I've been through in my life, and I understand that life moves on, and the Creator has many pathways for you to take. Some pathways are covered by leaves, dirt, twigs, what have you. But sometimes you got to pick up a broom, and you have to put in manual labor, and you have to get the hard work done to clear that path that you can't see that the Creator laid for you, because, it'll be a path. right? It'll be something that you could have did with your life. You know, we all have pivotal moments in our life where you could either do A, B, or C, or A or B. You know what I mean? Sometimes you only get one choice, and you might take that lane. You know, C. Then later on in life, you say, "Damn, maybe I should try A. Maybe I should try path A." You know, and sometimes once you get back to path A, it's dirty, it's covered up, it's untaken care of, it's ungarnished. You have to clean that path. You have to get out your broom, your dustpan. You have to get out your garbage bags and clean that path that the Creator laid for you. You know, that's the only way to get back on that path. You know, um, everything that you try in life is not going to come to fruition overnight. You know, sometimes it take a team effort. Sometimes through your own works, you can actually, be guided towards where you belong, towards like-minded people, towards, more visionary type people. I feel like I've been always pulled towards more visionary type people. But the problem with that is that you also have people in your life that's not visionary type people. They're the type people that's going to hold you back. And sometimes those are the people that's closest to you. You know, for a long time, I've been untrusting of new people, you know, and honestly, a lot of people prove that I should be trusting of a lot of new people, right? But the whole thing is, sometimes new people have old connections to old people that you may have known. But these new people might not be as solid as the old people or the old people you knew about in your life. People from your past. They might not have been as solid as you thought they were. So now they're introducing you to new people, and you're trusting these new people off of merit that that those older people that you know shouldn't have had. And now you wrapped up with this new person, and you think they're as solid as this person you thought was solid in the first place, but they're not really solid. So that's meaning this new person ain't solid. You know what I mean? And what I mean by solid is I'm not talking about, being some tough guy, this or that. What I mean being solid is being upfront, upright, decent human fucking being. Because you don't have to be a tough guy to be solid. You know what I mean? Snakes are some of the toughest guys out there. You can meet a tough ass snake and they'll fit in with everybody. You know, I don't lie about who I am. Never did, never will. You know, but the whole thing is just I had this hang up where I just couldn't trust nobody. And it's because every time I extend myself, it just is down putting every time, you know? And the type of person I am. See, I heard a conversation recently about a conversation. I heard about a conversation that Dave Chappelle was having. And, he was bringing up pansexual, how a pansexual person would accept everybody, whether it's man, woman, whoever. You know what I mean? That's how I am. I'm a pan-social type of person, not pansexual. I'm a pan-social person. I can socially accept everybody. You know what I mean? I don't care what your sexual orientation is, your religion is, whatever, whatever. I don't care how old or how young you are. I can accept you, and I try to speak to everyone, even children, on a more mature level, because one day a child will become an adult. And if you treat them like they're a child while they're a child, they'll have a childlike mind when they grow up. So you gotta, try to, be upfront as possible, and still be compassionate as well, But the parasocial thing, and it's important now because see, people are being more upfront. People are being more open about who they are, and there's no reason to really do a person wrong. See, you get more flies with sugar than you do shit, right? That being said, if you're more upfront with a person and you want something and you ask for it, right? Or you want something from the universe and you ask for it, you'll receive it more than likely, right? But the thing is, when you try to underhandedly do things in the world, when you underhandedly, rob people or exploit people or do people wrong, or even just steal a fucking lighter from somebody, like that you see every day. Like you do little grimy shit to people that you fuck with every day. Like that shit nutty, bro. Like for real, that shit nutty. I'm the type of person you can trust me around anything. You can leave something around me. You can trust me. I'm not trying to steal anything from anybody. Nothing. You know what I mean? Not no intellectual property. I don't want to change your mind about shit. I love a different point of view about everything. You know what I mean? I just want to live and let live. Let me live and I'll let you live. Don't even, that's all I ask. You know, I don't I don't introduce negativity. So I don't like any negativity presented to me because I'm not going to present any negativity towards you, you know, and that's the way a true liver of life is supposed to live life. You know, everyone is so judgmental, so ruling. You know, we got the whole society, the whole system that's built up around us, and it's designed to control you in a way if you let it control you. But you don't have to. You know, a lot of people get wound up and wrapped up into professions and they go out and they spend the exuberant amounts of money, exuberant amounts of time, exuberant amounts of effort, to do what it is they want to do or love to do. And it's fine, to make the connections and get the accolades so you can have the, paper certificates on the wall and things of that nature. But when you realize that you are natural, you are supernatural, and anything you want to become, no man has to bestow it upon you. It's you that must bestow it upon yourself. You can literally manifest or do or become anything you want to. I am, I can, I will. Those type of affirmations are what you're supposed to tell yourself. And just trust that you can and have that focus and have that mental fortitude, that spiritual fortitude, and that physical fortitude to know that you're capable, you're willing, and you're able to meet, achieve, and accomplish all goals, dreams, and aspects. All goals and dreams and desires of life and what you want to do. You know, Achievement is not for the faint-hearted. A lot of people just want to achieve things because other people achieve things, or they want to do things because their father or mother wanted them to do it, or they want to do it because they've seen their father or mother do it. I'm the type, I want you to do whatever it is you want to do. Whatever it is you want to do, just gain proficiency at it as you go along. No matter what in the world my child or children wants to do with their life, I always encourage them to do that. I don't want them to do it because I want them to do it. I want them to do what they want to do because it's what they want to do, because the creator has an ultimate goal for everybody. It has a divine presence. This thing is ancient. This life thing goes back beyond beyond what history books can write about. And all of these souls come from somewhere. We're ancient souls. So we must be allowed to create just like in the ancient times we have created. And what you do when you attach yourself to this system, to the organization, to the inner workings of everything is you take away that creative ability of what you are, of who you are. Now, granted, some of us still create while we have our professions, while we are, at a career, but sometimes you get caught up in that career too much, and God have to, Shake your fucking foundation, shake your world up, have you wondering why shit is going so awry in your life. And it's because you're neglecting your other creative aspects of you. We get caught up on procreation, having babies and things of that nature. We never create intellectually. Work on your intellectual babies, your intellectual property. Work on your spiritual babies. You know what that spiritual baby is, right? That's you gaining knowledge of your creator, gaining knowledge of your ancestry, gaining knowledge of true self knowledge of who you are, where you come from, what makes you. And you can't get that from no fucking 21 and me. You can't get that from no genealogy test. You have to talk to your people. You have to talk to your grandparents, your great grandparents, and your great great grandparents and ask them about who you are, about what you have in you innately, naturally. See, a lot of people don't realize the strength there is in realizing who you are, of being, no, scratch that, not being, accepting who you are, accepting exactly who you are in your situation. The more accepting you are of your situation allows you to manipulate the situation. When you step back and you're able to see, precisely what's going on in your life at what time. Now, me, I'm bad with the European way of doing things, I should say. I'm horrible at the European way of doing things. And you know what I mean. If you're out there, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, the European way. And I'm not trying to offend any Europeans out there. You know what I mean. What I mean by that is the court system, the legal system, the whole jargon or whatever. Because, I, you know, we were born of flesh, so I don't believe that paper should be able to condemn you. You know, our people have been oppressed by a paper genocide far too long. A paper genocide where, we sign away our land, we sign away our rights, we sign away everything we own. Even the things that we own, we don't really own because they're already signed away to somebody else before we buy them. That's why if you find yourself not paying a bill or something like that, somebody could come and take your worldly possessions. Somebody could come and take what you paid for years because you missed one fucking payment. And it's sad. It's a shame that society does that to us, and we allow it because we require so much. We require so much, and we buy so many things that really don't matter. At the end of the day, the things that we accumulate can be taken away at any time. With a house fire. Let's say your house get caught on fire. All your shit's gone. Let's say you lose your job. All your shit's gone. Let's say somebody scam you. There's scammers out there. There's hackers out there. At any moment, what you put your money into can be taken from you. But when you build something with your intellectual property, whatever's taken from you, you won't have to work so hard to get back because you built it with your intellect, with your, you know, you took and accomplished this thing. You know what I mean? So, okay, you have that freedom of expression, that freedom of doing, that freedom of just being, of being able to enjoy life. But when you have things like that on your mind, when you've been through things where you've experienced the plights and pitfalls of several times in your life, having everything taken away. You know, People that understand what I'm talking about. You know, it seems like, when you're leaving that phase from being a child, growing up to a teenager, you start to lose. all your toys from when you was a child. But you still try to hold on to some of them toys, as you become a teen. Then they start to phase out. Then you become like a big teen. Then those toys start to fade off, with games or whatever would have you. And then now, you're still holding on to some of that stuff, but slowly it's getting pushed to the side and you're starting to get into newer things. You know, that's how it is with this thing. It's like, you know, we grow and we evolve. We lose things. We put things down and we pick up new things to do. That's why it's easy. It's so easy to transition from one thing in life to another because life is a transition. Just like this globe that we're on, this sphere that we're on is revolving. It's always moving. You know, that's how life is. It's ever moving. It's never stagnant. It's never stopping. The only time it does stop is when you stop. When you stop, life stops. Or you're part of this life. You're part of this existence ceases to stop. And sometimes we can be moving, right? We can be moving, but we're not going anywhere. And sometimes a person can be going somewhere, but look like they're not going anywhere at all. That's the funny thing about life. You can see a person every day, right? Like me, for instance. Take this podcast, take my books, my music, everything that I've accomplished, right? I don't tell many people that I conversate with every day the accomplishments that I have in life. I'm not a braggadocious person, okay? I have pretty good music out here. I love my fucking music, you know? I have books out here that I've published and authored myself, you know? Everything I did was without a team. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to actually, you know, find like-minded people and be able to connect with people that I actually trust, care about, and love. You know, I'm fortunate enough to be able to find these people, you know, even when the current people in my life, you know what I mean, not at this present moment, but the current people in my life probably won't believe or have the same vision that I had. They're looking and going in one direction. I'm looking and going in another direction. You know, I just thank the creator that I always find like-minded people that's on the same path as me or even probably accomplished more than me. You know what I mean? That I can learn from or grow with, you know, whenever I change paths in my journey in life. It seems like the right person or the right people is always there. You know, it's like it always just happens to line up. Don't get me wrong. I go through a lot of, like I told you, I got a heart of gold. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm the word most. If you can't trust me, you can't trust nobody. You know what I mean? I mean that shit. People that know me knows what I'm saying is real. If you can't trust me, you can't trust no fucking body. I don't give a fuck if I'm down. I'm still the same person. I don't give a fuck if I'm up. I'm still the same fucking person. And a lot of times we let those ups and downs change who we are. See, that's the key. That's the goal. Through your lows in life, you got to maintain who you are. Through your highs in life, you got to maintain who you are. If you can't do that, you're a flaky fucking person. You know what I mean? I, you know, I try not to lie about a situation. And if it's somebody that was ever introduced into my life, right? It's like, okay, if you introduce me to a person, tell them about our past relationship and who I am to you or whatever before I get to know this other person. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people don't even know your connections with people. I mean, that's how I prefer to do it. Listen, this is such and such person. You know what I mean? I'm introduce you here, da, 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 da. So that way you know how to conduct yourself accordingly. Because a lot of people bring you around, especially females. Women like doing that. They'll bring you around somebody and not even let you know that they're fucking that person or whatever have you, or what's going on, like what role they play in your life. And they'll just take you around a person. It could be another guy or another girl or whoever. And then next thing you know, it's an uncomfortable situation because somebody starts getting involved with somebody else, and then it's a whole thing, and it's like, wow, you know, these things are, if you can't trust a person, right? I know nowadays we're moving into a time where it's more, you know, everybody's more free and open. You know, people just need to be more honest, and people need to be more forthcoming about who they are and what they're trying to do in life, you know, and people need to be more honest and forthcoming if they can't help you get there in life, or if they have no interest in what you're doing in life. Because you could be telling a person that really has absolutely no clue about what you're talking about, or have absolutely no ideas or no thoughts on helping you get to where you got to go. They can't even offer you a kind word or any advice. Those people should be honest. Like, listen, you know, I hear where you're trying to go and I see what you're trying to do. I could point you in this direction because they do that. They know about this type of stuff. They can help you get there. But we don't think like that. I don't get why we don't want to help one another come up. We rather say, no, all right, they got that idea, fuck that. They gonna stay here and do this with me, or, I'm not even gonna hear them. Just if you like, look, I wanna, I'm somewhere else in my life. I'm doing this right now with my life. So if you're doing that, then you should go do that. I tell a person that if I'm a fuck up, right? If I'm fucking up my life and I see a person has talent and they have the ability to do a lot of shit with their life. You know what I mean? I would tell a person, I always been a person that'll tell you, listen, you need to go link up with XYZ, or you should do this and do that because I see your goal or your vision. And what you want to do is with a plan, or even if it's not your goal or vision. If I see that you're good at something, or if I see that you got a certain talent or skill that you're not utilizing, I tell you, hey, you ever thought about this? You might be good at this. Because maybe I might be the one that sparked your interest in doing this thing or achieving something different, or thinking about, sweeping off one of those paths that God laid for you to take that you probably didn't early in your life. Because we all on this journey together. We all have something to create, something to give, and something to leave behind, a legacy to build. That's all my podcast is about, is building a legacy. I'm giving you me. I'm giving you what I know to give. I have nothing else to give but me in my music, in my books, in my journey. You know, this is what I do. This is who I am. I really can't, I really can't be anything else. Anybody I offend or anybody that don't agree with my views, standpoints, or outlooks on life, we could talk about it. You know, I'm a worldly person and I try to stay open minded, be observant, you know, and and I try to be compassionate to people because a lot of times you see these mentally ill people out here, man. They're not mentally ill. They're dealing with demons. They've been through things in their life. They're dealing with spiritual demons. They're dealing with mental demons, physical demons. You know what I mean? They're dealing with hardships, man. You got people out here that's struggling, people that talk to themselves out loud, people who talk to themselves in their mind. You got people with physical afflictions. And we got to be open and open minded and stop being so vain and shallow to the plights and pitfalls that others go through, man. Because everything that we go through, we wear it on our body, man. We wear it on our face. It's in our eyes. You can look at us and see that we're broken, or we've been hurt, that we've been beaten down. And this world will continue to break you and beat you down and exploit you and rob you and steal your possessions and try to hurt you with them later. We have to stop being so ugly to each other. We have to stop being so ugly to each other, man. We have to stop antagonizing racial stereotypes. We have to stop being so divided over skin color, religion, culture, creed, things of this nature. Be more respectful of people and each other, and just stop hurting one another. Stop hurting people that you feel like are different. Because that's a living being just like you. They're observers just like you. I don't care what your IQ is. I don't care what your stature is in life. We have to stop looking down on people just because their position in life or their mental state or their disability or whatever, you know, for their, physical downfalls or their physical attributes. You know, everybody has a story to tell. Everybody lives this life and everybody's hurt in some type of way and everybody's grateful in some type of way. We have to share this energy and we have to really be receptacle of each other, and help each other. See, when you don't judge people and you allow them to be them, you have a more fruitful, more plentiful planet to live on, a planet that the Creator intended us to live on. Okay, I want to end with that. After a word from these sponsors. Thank you.
Hey, real quick, guys. This Mr. Pagan here. Just want to let y'all know that I have books available on Amazon, Kindle, bookstores on your phones. I got two great titles available and a third one coming soon. My philosophy is if you got a smartphone or a smart device, you already got my book in your hands. It's free for download if you got Kindle Unlimited, and it's $5 otherwise. For One Leap of Faith is $5, and for my book Morals and Values is $5.25. Both of them are packed with insightful information on morals and values, and One Leap of Faith is to push you to get on your grind for your goals. You know what I mean? Two powerful books. I got a thriller coming up called Moonlit Marshes with a character. The protagonist is Marshall Cuts, and he's trying to get his way. He's trying to find his way out of Louisiana without getting himself hurt or killed or something. It's a great suspenseful book. Please check it out. It's going to be on Amazon Kindle store. Remember, both these books are available for free. One Leap of Faith and Morals and Value. If you got Kindle Unlimited, they're available for free. And also, don't forget to check out my game stream on YouTube, Game and Vaping Guns. And on Twitch, I'm GVG215. All right. And also, my music streams on all streaming platforms. Whether you got Apple, is there. Whether you got Tidal, guess what? It's there. You listen on Spotify? Yeah, I'm on Spotify. This podcast is actually on Spotify, also the music. So yeah, we well-rounded. Everything that I'm doing is complementing each other. So please, support the movement, support my brand, support the positive energy that I'm putting out there. And you guys, be blessed. May peace be with you.